Welcome to Big Tippin'. Tonight I'm going to give you a little introduction on my W350 first gen build here. I've owned this truck about 6.5 years. I haven't really driven it much in about 3. I'd parked it and at the beginning of this year started to work on it a little bit, and I'm going to try to push forward on this thing. It's stripped down pretty good right now. I've got it gutted, windshield out. We do have the 6-speed already in place in here. We had to do some modifications. Obviously, had to move the cross member. Had to get custom drive shafts made. That's my temporary downpipe to keep my truck from smoking on itself whenever I have to move it. Got the frame done up. Got a disc brake Dana 80 rear out of a 02 Dodge. Got traction bars, hopefully to help with a little wheel hop and keep in. So my overall plan for this thing is I'm gonna take all the trim off. We're gonna do away with the two-tone. We're gonna go with a single color. And this thing was originally a dually, and I picked up another W350 that was a single wheel truck with a whole lot less miles than this thing had on it, and we took the front axle out of it and put it in here when we did the rear axle. So as far as drivetrain goes, the only thing original is this little jewel here, this V pump 12 valve Cummins. Still got the factory turbo. The pump has a Denny T fuel pin. Fuel's turned pretty wide open. 80 horse over injectors. I mean, it's probably between 350 and 400 horsepower. It gets pretty good. As far as exterior color, I believe I'm going to either go with some kind of metallic silver or a darker gray with some kind of metallic flake in it, or, you know, everything's good in black. And as far as interior, it did have gray blue, and as you can see, I got the dash out. Went ahead and I found a parts truck with tan interior. I don't have everything to go tan as far as trim, but I'm thinking I'm going to end up doing some custom interior work anyways. I'd like to go with some tan leathers. Tan leather is what I want my interior to mostly be. And obviously I'm going to go back with a tan dash instead of the gray. And we're doing away with, like I said, we're doing away with all the trim. I'm going to fill in all these holes right here on the sides of the truck. And I am going to go with a regular single wheel truck bed. And hopefully I can get this thing together in the next couple months. I'm trying to decide what I'm going to do for paint. I believe paint wise, I'm probably going to do some of the body work, but I want the paint to look good, so I'm probably going to pay somebody to shoot the paint on it at least. And once I get the paint done and the interior done, then I'm going to worry about my wheels. Got these nice second gen rollers on here, but I'm looking to go either a 22 by 14 American Force or a 24 by 14 American Force, and I'm trying to do one of their machined black wheels. I don't think I want to do a full polished wheel on this truck. I got a fast 165, you know, full big fuel lines and all that. Got a sump in the tank. Mostly we got some buttoning up to do just on some minor things before I'm ready to really push this thing over to paint. And my eventual plan for the motor, I have a few 24 valve engines, and I have a couple 12 valves also, P pumps, and I think we're going to do a 24 valve P pump swap into this thing eventually. I mean, obviously I got a long ways to go with my body and interior, my wheels and tires. Can't tell my wife how much that's going to cost, but it's not going to be cheap, I can tell you that. So hopefully, you know, end of the year we'll be able to drive this thing around a little bit. Probably going to make this thing, you know, my Sunday driver. It's definitely not going to be a daily driver truck. That's what I got my tow rig for. I mean, now I probably will hook this thing up to a trailer every rare occasion, but might be more likely to hook it up to a sled. Especially after the 24 valve P pump swap goes down. We may do a little bit of pulling, might hit a couple drags with this thing, I don't know, we'll just see how it does. Oh, and I do have, so let's go over the modifications one more time here. Dana 80 disc brake rear from an 02 Dodge. Ladder bars off a 2nd gen. There's some pretty nice ones. You know, mount under the perches there. Run up the frame. Fast 165. On the engine, Denny T fuel pin, pump, turned up, 80 horsepower injectors. Then the NV5600 swapped in here. We do have a South Bend dual disc 1200 horsepower clutch in there, brand new. Done a couple burnouts on the driveway with it, but that's about it. The cross member, try to ignore some of that wiring hanging down. We're gonna get that tied up here soon. And then also, whenever we swapped these axles into this truck, we did custom build these leaf packs. We added 2 leaf springs, 2 leaves into the packs on the front to get this thing try to sit up where I want it to sit, and on the back we just added 1 big leaf to stiffen that up a little bit. So hopefully we'll be sitting at a nice ride height. Hopefully we'll at least be able to clear a wide 33. If we have the wheel well space, we will go to a 35, but we'll just have to see what happens. I'd really like to probably go with a 24-inch wheel, but a 22-inch wheel would be okay with me. I mean, I think either one's going to look good. I don't know what I'm going to do as far as grill goes. I do have a couple factory Dodge 92, 93 intercooled grills. But I've honestly been contemplating on whether or not to go ahead and attempt to build a full custom grill out of metal and not use any plastic shit. But I haven't named this truck yet. Any suggestions on a good name? All my friends used to call it goat shit, but we're going to upgrade from that. So if you want to follow on this W350, Restomod / NV5600 build. Just go ahead and hit subscribe, and we'll be bringing in more videos on this thing soon.